Hey guys, what's going on? It's Lefty from 643 Productions coming at you here with another Black Ops sniping gameplay commentary. This is Demolition on launch. Don't play a lot of Demolition. This was actually, believe it or not, my first trek in a while into Demolition, and I got this game. And you know what? I'm going to be honest right now. Don't do a whole lot of playing of the objective in this game, and you know, I know some of you are going to be upset with that. I know that's the stereotype of snipers in FPS games, and particularly this franchise, that they don't play the objectives and they're, spinning around and not helping the team. But, to be honest, guys, I see plenty of other videos with ridiculous scores of guys not playing the objective, and all from much bigger names in the YouTube community than me. And I figure, hey, you know what? If they're doing quite all right posting videos like this regularly or somewhat regularly, you know what? I'm going to do it as well. If I have a good game, even if I don't play the objective all that much or at all, I'm going to post it, because I believe that I've posted enough videos, or I do play the objective enough in some of my videos, or a good number of them, to warrant kind of getting away with, you know what, I'm gonna take this one off from playing the objective. I'm gonna try to get some nice kills, some nice kill feeds, that kind of thing. But anyway, I think this is a respectable score. I'm going to show you both rounds. The second round, I believe, is not necessarily as exciting as the first, but once again, my mantra has always been, I hope that people come to me for commentary and what I have to say rather than what you see on the screen. But I try to make that entertaining nonetheless. Anyway, a couple things I want to get to today. First of all being, where do we go from here? After patch 1.07 or 1.7, whatever, I've been thinking, where do we go? Where does sniping go from here? A lot of people have come out and said that sniping is back or quickscoping is back, and I don't want to get into any of that right now, but I will say that it's suffice it to say, suffice to word, I don't think that's a verb. I don't know, whatever. I think it's known, or at least it should be known, that sniping still isn't on par with other primary weapons in the game. Sniping still isn't, to be perfectly honest, at an acceptable level from Call of Duty, from what we've come to expect from the Call of Duty franchise. And I was thinking, how do we make that extra push? Because it feels like there was a whole lot of build up to patch 1.07. It looked like there was going to be change. We were going to influence, and it was going to be back to normal, and everything was going to be coming up roses, and everybody was going to be happy, and then it wasn't. And it's not. Sniping is still, it's a little better. It's barely noticeable, to be perfectly honest. A lot of the people that are posting videos saying sniping is back, or I'm coming back to Black Ops now with the changes that they've made to sniping, they're basing that off of one game, maybe a few, but just a handful of games. Obviously a small sample size of games. And you know what? To use the old adage, a blind squirrel, not saying these guys are blind, they're definitely good, but a blind squirrel is going to find an acorn every once in a while as well. That's going to happen. And, I think we've seen a few people that when the patch came out, they were excited, everybody was happy, or a few people were, and as they've gone on playing, there's been they've kind of backed away from that sentiment that sniping is back or sniping is fixed, that balance has been struck by Treyarch, because they realize it's like, well, maybe I was just looking for changes and I found them and I had a good game and I was happy. But really, more often than not, when I'm looking for the consistency that I can get with other weapons very easily, it's just not there. And I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. My only guess would be continue on what we've been doing. Going to the Call of Duty official forums and stating our case rationally, logically, and in a forceful yet courteous manner. And to add on to that, continue urging your favorite or big name YouTube commentators, the quote ringleaders. I know some of them don't subscribe to that idea, but really the trendsetters in the community to get into this issue and explore it and try to affect change as best we can. I think we've seen that we can affect change in this way, and I think if we, this is going to sound cliche, but if we stay the course, I think we might be able to within, because the patching isn't done. Obviously, there's another map pack, and there's going to be at least one more patch with that, or title update, and let's see where we can go with that. So let's continue on with what we've been doing, how we as a subset of the community have been doing things, and let's see where we go. I don't want this issue to be dead, because I think there's such a long distance or such a great separation between acceptable sniping and where sniping is now in Black Ops. So let's see where we can go with that. Go to the forums, urge your favorite YouTube guys, former snipers, current snipers, whatever, to get in to the issue, weigh in on it, and see if we can make some change. Secondly, before we go, the video is almost over, so I just want to get in a quick Q&A. These questions have been sitting on my notepad for a while. I did with my last Q&A session with Lefty, I left a few questions unanswered, and I want to get to them now. Again, I'm not going to be making them appear on the screen. You're just going to have to pay attention, and I'll see how many I can get answered in the short time we have left. It looks like almost a minute. So here we go. Do you always watch kill cams? This is an interesting one. I know there's a lot of variance in the community on who watches kill cams always. Do you absolutely watch them? Do you just spam X or square, I guess would be the button on PlayStation 3 when you get killed? My stance on it is, if you get me with a ballistic knife, a cool kill. If you stick me with a crossbow, hit me with a tomahawk or ballistic knife, I'm watching that. You've gotten that from me. That's the plain and simple of it. You've earned that from me. You've earned my time to have me watch the kill cam and watch your mastery or your dominance over me for just that short while, so I'm going to watch that. Other times, not so much. If I get killed by a guy and I was just being stupid, or I knew where he was and I knew exactly what happened, I won't watch it, because I can see and dissect and move on. Other times, you know, sometimes I'll just force myself to watch it as sort of a self-deprecating move. I'll make myself revel in the things, like if I'm having a good game and I get sprayed by an AK-74U from a really long distance, I'll make myself watch that and be like, you see, these things are still there. But that's where I stand on the kill cams issue. I do watch them sometimes. I don't watch them absolutely, and I don't not watch them. All right, guys, that's my time. I'm sorry I couldn't get to more of your questions, but keep them coming. I love doing this kind of stuff. I guarantee you, coming up soon, I will set aside an entire video, an entire 7 to 8 or 9 minutes, where I will answer all of your questions. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. Thank you for joining, and try to do it all over again next time. I'm out.